Okay, welcome everyone. It's 6:02, and this is the Board of Library Trustees monthly meeting. It's April 21st, 2021, and we're calling this meeting to order. Let's see, do we have any public comment? Are there any citizens online that would like to say anything?
Oh, I don't see anyone in the audience.
Okay, so our first item on the agenda for today is the approval of the meeting minutes of March 17th. Has everyone had a chance to read them?
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone found any mistakes or typos or anything that they would like to have changed?
No.
I
Sounds
found
like
one
no.
tiny typo.
Okay, cool.
It was just right after the director's report where it says to approve the director's report. Is just missing the apostrophe on director's report.
Okay.
I know, what a silly thing to see, but it says Cynthia McNaught motion to accept the director's report, just needs an apostrophe.
Yeah, that's
All
right.
right.
And you can say, we don't need to know about that, Christina.
Yes, we do. We need to know everything.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it's good to have a writer on our team.
Yes, it is.
I have good editors, thank goodness.
All right, so do I have a motion to accept the director's report from last meeting?
Well, I'll motion to accept the director's report now.
Do I have a second?
I think it's just for the minutes right now, Michael.
Okay.
Yeah, the motion is for the minutes,
For the
right?
minutes.
Yes.
Then I
Oh,
can.
did I say director's report?
You said
That's
that,
okay.
yeah.
Oh, it's because that was in
That's
my
what I
head.
said.
Sorry, very good. This is a motion to accept the meeting minutes.
Right. Okay. I'll motion that we accept the meeting minutes, not the director's report.
Right, sorry.
I'll second it.
Very good. Thank you, David. I didn't do a roll call, so I forgot that one too. Good
Okay.
thing I'm outgoing, David. You'll have to remember all this stuff. So I'm Mike Gray, and I'll call out the names of the people, and they can say present, and then their name will flash, or their picture will probably flash. So again, I'm Michael Gray. I'm the chairman tonight, and first, let's call Leila Johnston.
Present?
Good. And now David Boucher,
Present.
Cindy McNaught.
Present.
All right. Melanie Mannheim
Present.
and Christina. What's Christina? Christina.
Christina Cooper.
What's your last name?
It's
Cooper.
Cooper. No
Cooper. Oh,
worries.
yeah, Cooper.
I am
Christina
present.
Cooper. Right. Christina's kind of new. All right, fine. So everybody's here. We're missing one member. And for anyone who decides to watch this later, we're going to be looking for 3 new trustees. So if you know anyone who loves books and or wants to contribute a little bit to the town, it's not a difficult job, and the people are amazing that you get to work with and meet with once a month. So give it a shot if you're interested. All right. The next issue is the director's report. So Leila Johnston will give us the latest director's report. Leila?
Thank you. And before I get going, I want to extend a very sincere thank you to both you and to Melanie for your 3 years of service on the board. And, you know, I hope that you did enjoy your time, and, you know, now it's time to enjoy some other projects, but thank you very much. And I know that the town manager and the community really also appreciate your service as well. So thank you very much. But for the report for tonight, we'll start with building maintenance. The carpet installation is now complete throughout the entire library building. Thank you very much to the Friends of the East Long Meadow Public Library for funding the carpet replacement project, and to Joe Dunn, he's the facilities manager in the Department of Public Works, for coordinating this large project. The new carpets will be appreciated by all for years to come. The library's fiscal 22 budget request is in process. The town manager is currently reviewing all budget requests for fiscal 22 with the Financial Oversight Committee. The library's budget request is $811,719, which meets our municipal appropriation requirement for state aid to public libraries. Public services. We have an adult book club that's going to meet on Friday, April 30th at 11 a.m. Please join Adult Services Librarian Maura Mara for a virtual book discussion on The Book of Lost Names by Kristen Harmel. Copies of the book can be obtained through curbside pickup. Please register for this program online, and a Zoom link will be emailed to you on the day of the program. We also have our final sessions of the Great Decisions discussion program coming up. The final sessions will be held on Tuesday, April 27th and Tuesday, May 11th at 6:30 p.m. via Zoom. The topic of discussion at the Tuesday, April 27th meeting will be the roles of international organizations in a global pandemic. And the topic of discussion for the final meeting on May 11th will be the end of globalization. Please contact the library to register for this program, and a Zoom link will be emailed to you. Summer reading program, Tales and Tales. Library staff are working hard to create an entertaining and educational virtual summer reading program with this year's theme, Tales and Tales. All events will be virtual, and we will use Beanstack software to track participation as we did in 2020. Congratulations to Children's Librarian Michelle Lemire for successfully obtaining grants to support summer reading activities from the Masons and from the East Long Meadow Cultural Council. More information about Tales and Tales will be included in my report for May. East Long Meadow Public Library was certified and awarded the second half of our State Aid to Public Libraries grant. The second portion of ELPL's award is $19,647.11 and was deposited by electronic transfer on April 13th. Due to the pandemic, award letters will not be mailed. I notified the appropriate town authorities to anticipate electronic transfer of funds. I attended the virtual Library Legislative Day on Tuesday, April 6th. Speakers included Toni Golinsky. She's the director of the West Springfield Public Library. She's also right now the president, of Western Massachusetts Library Advocates. Local legislators also spoke, as well as James Lonergan of the Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners. The legislative agenda this term is focusing on an increase to state aid for public libraries. And library worker acknowledgement. So thank you to library patron Denise Crawford for purchasing a commemorative brick through the Friends of the East Long Meadow Public Library for the literacy walk to honor library staff working diligently through the past 9 months to offer curbside pickup to library patrons. Thank you very much to the Friends of the East Long Meadow Public Library for the treats, flowers, and balloons delivered to library staff on Tuesday, April 6th, which is National Library Worker Day. And I included a photo of the curbside brick with your packets for this month. So that was very nice. I know the staff were very touched by all of the appreciation that was forthcoming for their efforts.
I love
And
that
that
brick.
concludes my report for tonight.
That was so great.
That was excellent.
Great. So do I have a motion to accept the director's report for this evening?
Yeah, I'll
I
make a
move-
motion to accept the director's report as well as
Thank
the minutes.
Very good. Do I hear a second?
I'm happy to second it.
Excellent. Thank you, Christina. Okay. The next item on our agenda is committee reports. Now, we do have a committee headed by Cindy for picking new officers for the next year. And so before we get to that, I just want to say, as outgoing chair, I have enjoyed being the chair. I never thought I could fill the shoes of Diane Tiago, I was pretty nervous at the beginning, but I got used to it, and now it's sort of fun. So, for what it's worth, whoever's the lucky person to get my chair, I hope you enjoy it and you grow into it like I did. Let's see, we're going to have a bunch of new people hopefully soon. Melanie and I are going to step back, but I intend to attend in May. We'll see, beyond that, but we need a quorum of 4 out of 6. We're down to 5 right now. So let's just see what happens. All right. And I guess what I'd like to say is thank you to all of you for contributing to all of our updates. Thanks to Layla for working with us and getting a lot done. It was a strange year. It was COVID the whole time for my tenure. Thank you to Melanie Manheim, always I say, because she filled in when Kendra dropped out to start a family. And Melanie's always doing a lot, and I can't tell you how much I have needed and enjoyed her support for all the work she did. Extra, being the secretary is the hardest job. So it's, I'm grateful to all of you for everything. So that's that's my little outgoing speech. So with that done, Cindy, as the chairman of this committee, do you have a nomination for the chair for the next year?
I do, Michael, and I'd like to thank you too for stepping in and doing such a great job. So I'm sorry to see you go, but there's greener pastures, I guess, right? I would like to nominate David Boucher to be the chair.
Okay, all in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Are there any opposed? Nay. That's not a nay from me. That's just
No.
there are none opposed. Okay, so
Wow.
that is approved. So David will be the new chair. Do
Well-
I have you want to say anything, David?
No, I really appreciate it, and I'm looking forward to it. And like I said, I will have a hard time filling your shoes now, and I appreciate it. So
You'll be great.
yeah, thank you.
My shoes are size 15 wide.
Oh, jeez.
Uh,
No, I won't fill those.
Most people, other than a clown, would have trouble filling my shoes.
That's so amazing.
Okay. Do you have someone in mind? Do you have a motion to nominate a vice chair?
Yes, I do. I nominate Cynthia McNaught to be the vice chair.
Okay. All in favor of Cindy McNaught, please say aye.
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 Okay. Are there any opposed? I'm supposed to say that. I don't hear anything this time, so we'll say no. All right, then Cindy, you are officially the vice chair. And do I have a nomination for next year's secretary?
Yes, I'd like to nominate Christina Cooper to be the secretary for next year.
All right, everyone.
Our writer.
Yes, the writer. And okay, cool. So everyone who is in favor of Christina Cooper being the secretary for next year, say aye.
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 Okay, anybody opposed? Nope. Great. So we have our 3 officers for next year set up. Another thing that's something that you 3 need to talk about is someone needs to be the liaison to the Friends. And I think, one of you should be that person. It could be, well, I mean, the newest member is Christina. She has the secretary job, but Melanie, I'm sure Melanie would be glad to help Christina if she needs. Am I right, Melanie? If she needs any help?
Yes, I can
Okay.
help you, definitely.
Right. But it would be nice if someone once a month on a Monday night could attend or listen to online the Friends meeting. And also it would be nice if, I'll have to call Diane or I can talk to David about doing it.
Yeah.
It would be nice
Oh.
if there was a friend on the other line on our meetings, you know, to listen to them and maybe make some comments about, you know, or they could give the friends report or whatever. It's a good
Right.
thing to know what's going on there, because both of our organizations are supporting the library.
Right.
And you know, nothing but good could come of that collaboration. So you might want to think about, you know,
Sure.
one of you doing that or alternating or whatever for the next few weeks. And then maybe a new person, maybe you'll get someone on the Friends who actually wants to be a trustee. So, you know, that would be good too. All right, so with that, I will turn the meeting over to the new chair, David Boucher. Congratulations.
Okay. Thank you very much. Well, you know, like I said, you guys have been excellent, both you and Melanie. It's hard to see you guys go, but I know there's always, you know, an end to having, you know, an ending and a beginning to something. So I appreciate it. So moving on, we're going on to new business, reciprocating policy, borrowing policy. Let's see. I have here somewhere.
Yep, so just while David is looking for his document, I
Yep,
did
I got it.
look back up, you know, just to make sure nothing has changed or been altered. The law that is cited in the policy remains the same. Those are the same references and so forth. So if anybody was wondering about that, everything from that angle is still current and up to date.
Okay.
Yeah. So did everybody look that over, or
Mhm.
yeah, they did. Do you have any comments on that? Does anybody have any comments that they'd like to change? I thought it was still up to date, so I don't know. I really didn't have any changes myself. So
Yeah, I thought it looked pretty straightforward, and
yeah,
if they haven't changed anything from the
right.
past, which was what I was going to ask Layla about, and since you've answered that, I think it would be fine the way it is.
Yeah,
I
I do
do have
too.
a question for everybody.
Mhm.
And so if you, after further discussion, decide not to make any changes, do you want a notation, or you may make changes and that's fine, and we would say amended. Do you want, for your own reference, for it to state at the bottom, reviewed by the Board of Library Trustees with a date,
Yes.
so that
Oh,
you
yeah.
then have that?
Oh, yeah.
Would you like it to
Yes,
say
we would.
reviewed? Sure,
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not much, you know, it's the law, and this is also the way a few, you know, there are a handful of public libraries that will lend to decertified libraries. So just so that everybody knows what the kind of what the goal is of the reciprocal borrowing policy. So in Massachusetts, you know, you hear me talk all the time about maintaining our certification, and that's
Right.
different criteria that we have to meet. And so, you know, if, you know, hypothetically speaking, if we weren't certified one year, then there are other libraries in our area that would no longer share their materials with us. And it would be very, very detrimental to our services for patrons.
Right.
So just so everybody knows that that's what the certification helps cover in one part, but then the other part of it is that it's almost like a carrot and stick approach. That the carrot is that you get access to all of these resources and you can return your materials at any library. It'll be sent back to us. You know, if you live in Wilbraham and return your books to Wilbraham, it'll be sent back to East Longmeadow if that's where you borrowed the books and so forth. But so in order to, the stick part of the policy is that if a municipality does not fund their services at the amount that's required by the Massachusetts Board of Library Commissioners, But they still allow, you know, if a different library just doesn't fund, but then other towns are making up the difference, that's not seen as being in the spirit of resource sharing and cooperation.
Right.
So just so everybody has a little background on the policy and what it's kind of trying to address. That just, you know, it just talks about borrowing privileges and certification and the importance of libraries cooperating and working together.
Right.
I
Okay,
just had a
great.
question for you, Layla,
Sure.
if I may. Is that all right, David?
Yeah, yes.
Okay. Are there some libraries who'll say that for a fee, a decertified, a citizen of a decertified town could join their library?
Not that I know of, but that's also,
You know what you know what I mean?
yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like, for example, oh, can I just pay the out of state fee? Like we
Yes,
have
yes,
at East Long
yes.
Meadow, if you happen to live in Connecticut, but you commute to Springfield for work and you like to stop at the East Long Meadow Library, that's in our borrowers policy, and
Right.
and you can pay a fee and then gain access to the public library materials and so forth. As far as I know, that is not allowed, but I'm also not an expert on decertification. And it also would be, that would be up to each individual library to make that kind of policy. And the policy in East Long Meadow follows the norms of meeting certification requirements.
Mhm. Okay.
Great. Okay. So we're all set with that, so we don't have to vote on that, right, Layla? We're just
No,
gonna,
if
you're
there are
just
no
gonna,
changes, I
yeah,
can
no
make a
changes.
notation that
Okay,
it was
that's
reviewed
fine.
today,
Yep.
which is April 21st, and add
Okay.
that. Sure.
Okay, great.
All right.
Okay, excellent. So the next item is Friends of the Library report. Melanie, do you have a report for us this
Okay.
month?
I do. So the report to the library trustees is that the Friends had held their monthly meeting on on Monday, April 5th at 7 p.m. via Zoom. The Friends guest speaker for the evening was Michelle Lemire, the children's librarian. And Michelle told the Friends that this year's summer reading program will also take place virtually. And as Layla had mentioned, just echoing off that, the theme this year is animals and stories, and the slogan is called Tales and Tales, T-A-L-E-S and T-A-I-L-S. So staff has been working with performers who have created fun and engaging virtual programs. In addition, staff is developing many kit and go programs. She expressed the staff's appreciation for the generosity of the Friends. She presented the Friends with the anticipated summer reading costs for the programs, such as gift cards and prize incentives for the adult, teen, and children's departments. The total amount will be discussed and voted on at the Friends' next meeting in May. Erica Petrosky reported that there were approximately 57 sets of pajamas donated by patrons to help support the Department of Children and Families pajama drive in the month of March, and she conveyed that the new carpeting is great. While the library has been closed, staff has rearranged the location of some materials which will be beneficial for patrons. During March, the Massachusetts Library System collected delivery statistics from all member libraries. One item of interest was that the MLS found that 58% of books are circulating. Although the Friends were willing to purchase another telescope to help shorten the length of wait time, Erica did inform the Friends that there was a greater need for summer outdoor games to replace some of the games that were previously used. Other libraries have something called a library of things that are not strictly so seasonal. So understanding that our library has limited space, the Friends provided a photo list of additional items found on other library websites for the director to consider, or perhaps she has some other things in mind to add to the Library of Things collection, which we have at our library. And then, of course, I informed the Friends of what was going on with the Trustees Board as liaison. And last but not least, the Friends currently have 260 members, and the Friends' next meeting will be their annual meeting, and it will be held virtually on Monday, May 3rd at 7 p.m. And then that's when they hold the election of directors and officers. And that's the end of the report.
Great. So Melanie, the list that they have is that for borrowing to other libraries for items? Was that the list that they were going to give? Is that?
You mean in the very beginning, where they provide? Let me see. Where they? So, you mean with the costs in the beginning of the report? What I was talking about?
No, items that you can. It sounded like you can loan out. Was that it? No. Or?
So in the very beginning of the report, what was going on is they expressed, let's see, so they presented the Friends with the anticipated summer reading costs for the program. So that in itself in the beginning was a list.
Okay.
So what happens is before the summer reading program every summer, before that by a couple of months, the library provides the Friends with a list of what they would like for programs and incentives for kids, such as gift cards and just different items. So that's a list. And then at the end of the report, they did, the Friends provided the Erica to work with Layla and talk to her about a library of things. So there were things on that list as well of different items that our library could have in order to put into circulation where other library patrons can borrow and check out of the library, just as they do now with the telescope and with the summer outdoor collection. Actually, I don't know, is the summer outdoor collection in circulation at this time, Layla, or were you waiting on?
So it's cataloged and it can circulate. We do have a library of things. We have puzzles that we circulate. That's part of the library of things. Hotspots, the telescope. But again, you know, storage is a challenge. For example, a lot of libraries have cake pans because people use, you know, like we'll say a Yoda pan for your son's 8th birthday or something. But we wouldn't have, for example, the room to store something that's not lent routinely. So I'll be curious to look at the list and see what other sort of items they were looking at other libraries. So, but yeah, like Forbes has a very big musical instrument collection, which is wonderful and cool, but we would have nowhere to store something like that, like on the counter or anywhere. But that's why we work together. You can always go to Forbes and borrow a ukulele.
Or a tuba.
Yeah, so I'll talk to Erica and take a look at the list.
Great. Excellent. Okay. Is that all? Does anybody have any other business? Does anybody have anything else? No?
Well, I was going to ask Cindy, you had said you were going to attend the presentation from, I'm not sure if it was MBLC, about getting more members to join the Board of Library Trustees. Was that something that's already happened?
No, I was going to go to the legislative breakfast. And I was unable to go to the legislative breakfast because it was a great day and the league started a tournament that day. So
I understand.
I'm sorry, but golf took precedence.
That's okay, Cindy.
No problem.
Are you kidding? So sorry about that, Layla. But
I
I'll catch the
attended on
next
your
one.
behalf.
Huh?
I attended on your behalf.
Thank you so much. But I apologize for that. But who would know you'd have such good weather?
Yeah.
So
that's great.
And it was awesome. It was a great day up in
Yeah.
Southampton.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Good.
Yeah, I hate to, I didn't mean to call you out on that anyway. Mostly what I wanted to bring up was—
You can make me feel guilty if you want. That's okay.
No,
That's all right.
I just wanted to bring up us finding new members to replace, you know, our retiring members, and just to feel like like we're on top of that, and I don't feel on top of that. I'm not really sure what we should be doing, if we should be doing anything. I believe at an earlier meeting, someone had mentioned that the town manager
So
is sort of the
Christina-
point person. Yeah, Layla.
Yeah, Christina, if I may.
Right.
Yes, so it would be a great idea if you or anyone, Melanie, Cindy, David, Michael,
Yeah.
whoever, ask
Yeah.
their friends and neighbors if they're
Yeah, I
interested.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you
I'm
should
going to.
definitely be, the only criteria as of right now is that they would need to be an East Long Meadow resident. David, I
Right.
did have a very interesting discussion with the town manager about the potential for teen members, and so we are
Right.
working on that. We're very interested
Okay.
in that.
Yeah.
But yes, Christina, any trustee to trustee recruitment is always helpful and always beneficial. And then if those people are interested, they basically need to have an interest in the library, literacy, education, and be able to attend the monthly meeting. And then they can
Right.
reach out to the town manager and we can get
Yeah.
that process going.
No, that sounds good.
So Layla, just to let people know what the procedure to do that is, they would have to like write a letter to the town manager expressing their interest?
Yeah, there are a couple
Right.
different ways.
Or would it
So
go to you?
They can send an email. You could send it directly to me. You
Okay.
could send it directly to the town manager's office. Their email is townmanager@eastlongmeadow.ma.gov. It's a little bit long, but there's also an application that's on the town website. And if you go to the boards and committees page, on the right-hand side, there's a right-hand column that shows you the application and the vacancies that we currently have. But it's very informal. It doesn't have to be, a resume or anything. You can just state what your interests are and why you would be interested in serving the community by being on the board. And then the town manager does vet the applicants. That she does that part. I don't do that.
Right. Okay. That's
Okay.
great. Okay. So other than that, I guess our next meeting will be in May 19th, 6 p.m. Other than that, I'd like to make a suggestion to adjourn. Would anybody like to
I would
Make
like
a
to make a motion.
make a motion to adjourn?
My last official act.
Your last official?
And I'll second that.
Okay, that's great.
All right.
That sounds
Boy.
good. Well, we'll miss you guys. We really
Well,
will.
We really
Thank you
will
very
miss
much,
you both.
everyone. Great
Yeah,
meeting.
Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you
board.
very much. Thank you, Melanie. Really.
Yeah, thank you all.
Thank you.
It was wonderful working with both of you.
It really was.
Hey, we'll see you at
So,
the library
yeah.
and the grocery store.
I hope so.
Oh
I
yeah,
hope
we'll
so.
see you around. Okay. Well,
Bye.
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 We'll see you. Bye-bye. We'll see you.